Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. We are back and we're going to actually try and go for some gameplay again, which I've really been looking forward to. Now that the new patch is here, so excited to try and just jump straight in and see if we can find a game pretty early on. So what I've done is to get a good use out of all the new units. What I've done is I picked some of my favourite changes and I realised that it started mirroring a list that I built ages ago, and just with a few tweaks I've come up with something that I'm really happy to play. So we've gone for a ranged army roster. So leading up, we've got Astra. Now the reason I've not gone for Zax is that Astra's recently got an attack buff. So Astra used to be 1 attack, now up to 2, and with the ability to Into the Breach, it works really well with some of the things we've got coming later on. So really keen to try out Astra, especially with that additional attack power. I think it's going to make a lot of difference. Now we've got 2 1-drops. We've got both Maximus and Deadeye. So Deadeye being a 1-drop is amazing. It's back to her old stat line, but is just 1 cheaper because everything else has shifted up around her, which is brilliant. I love that. And Maximus is a little bit tougher than he used to be, but again, everything does more damage, so having him as deal 1 damage twice is pretty fine at 1-drop for me. In terms of 2-drops, we've got Taria Arsenal as our go-to 2-drop. So I'm not sure how the leadership system is going to work, whether you just get 2 leadership for your first turn if you're going second, or if you get it 2, then 3, then 4. But either way, this will be a good thing to play as a follow-up. We've also got Rickety Backfire as a 3-drop. Dealing 5 damage now means that I really want to just Taria Arsenal this and throw something in with the potential of dealing, 20 damage? Because it's 5, then explodes, then 5, then explodes, up to 20 damage just on its own, which is mad. And then Arya here with a little bit more range damage. Ambush is really nice. Looking forward to getting that involved as well. Over this side, we've got the new 2-drop in Broken Vengeance, which is always been one of my favourite crew. I actually was really happy. I opened his legendary back when there were boosters at the very, very beginning of the game, so he's now one of my highest rarity units. And we've got Amplified Bite, which is just sort of an all-round damage boost. Snarling, partly because it's a good range unit, but also works really well with Into the Breach, getting 2 activations of Snarling to sort of block things in place. Shrapnel, because 3 damage in AoE is nuts, and boosting it with things like Amplified Bite, Taria Arsenal is going to be huge. And Crossfire, just to put out the consistent, solid damage, and also really nice extra damage on units to come down that turn. So this is what we're going to try and play. I'm going to hopefully have a bit of fun with it and just, see how the new meta sort of shapes out. Really, really glad to be back with this, and hopefully you guys are too. If you're enjoying this, please do like, subscribe, comment. I'd love hearing from you, especially on the Moonbreaker topic. It is something that I really do want to keep pushing back towards. And if you really want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is head over to the Patreon. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found a game. We're going to see how this goes, and amazingly enough, we have only been in the queue for about 30 seconds. This is great news. Well, no, not even 30, probably like 5, 10 seconds. It's a really, really quick instant queue. I'm hoping this is more relative, and we're again just funnier info. So we know our opponent, we know they're good, they probably know what's going on with this meta a lot more than I do. But the thing is, we're going to get a good game out of it as well, so really, really happy to see that. And hopefully we just don't get stomped. Also, I'm pretty sure this is a utterly terrifying all-round, like Joker-themed paint job there. Okay, so what's our scenario going to be? So start there, as you control, 3 control points. And we're not too worried about Cinder Orbs, or Cinder Piles, or whatever. And they are going first. So, this will be interesting to see the leadership. So they've obviously got 1. No lines of sight here. And we are nice and safe. And what's their 1-drop going to be? Probably something like Maximus or Deadeye. And we will obviously try and get a poke in on it if we can straight away as well. Okay, so what are they going for? Interesting enough, there's probably spots where they can force me, if I want to shoot it, to move in awkward directions like that. So that might be relatively safe. Question is, can I deploy here and there? Come on. Are they... Okay, so it is Deadeye that's come out first, and a Cinder Sphere, I assume, because there's no reason not to. I'd probably place a Cinder Sphere about here, trying to keep it as safe as possible, so you can just move to it next turn. Yeah, excuse me. It feels like that's what's going to happen. Oh, I'm not going to go for it, unless I can. But I probably want to just go for Deadeye here.
Something sounds imminent.
Yes, okay. Come on. Funya Imba does not need this much time to play turn 1. Okay, so the only thing we can really do is get line of sight onto Deadeye anyway. We could go for the sphere here, but I think going for a bit of board control early on, especially if we hit, there we go. And what we want to do here is, I think maybe even just play Broken Vengeance. If we play Broken Vengeance and Body Block, that could be quite cool. But no, let's just do the double drops. And we'll pop Maximus down something like here, so that they're a little bit harder to get to. And we'll just pop a Cinder Sphere down here. I think they probably can't deploy onto it. And let's just see what happens from here. So it does feel good to be back in a Moonbreaker game right now. We've got the pressure onto Deadeye, so they're going to have to move around a little to try and figure out what to do. They can get the guaranteed hit onto that and then just run and hide, basically. That is fine. And we can then apply pressure on the backswing. Let's have a look at this. That's a really nicely painted Deadeye. Very bright and luminous. Have they changed it so that we can zoom in really close and see everything in detail now? I think this is a bit better quality than it was previously. So there's the Cinder. Yeah, so they're going to go for another attack. Yeah, and just go for a ton of damage onto this and then hide away. That seems pretty reasonable. It's probably what we're going to try and do as well. Is just find a way onto this, try and get extra damage out. If they just run away and stay on this point, we can maybe even just move in a different direction. Yeah, so Deadeye taking hits isn't ideal, but we can just find ways of body blocking that most likely. Or are they going to just save leadership? Okay, I was going to say that would be surprising if they did. So the interesting thing about this, I think we can actually play Maximus move, shoot, move back, refresh, move, shoot again, and potentially get the Deadeye shot as well. So Deadeye's going to die, but we can take their Deadeye with us most likely. So for instance, if we go to, say, here, just take these shots first, we can move back here, move back into range of Astra, we'll into the breach, move Maximus back up to, let's say, here. This doesn't seem to be blocking it. Let's go with that, yeah. Maybe just about be able to touch this. There we go. We didn't actually give ourselves line of sight with that, which is probably a bit of a mistake, but can we get... No, we can't touch this objective and get line of sight here, so we just ozos ourselves and just get the clear up. So we're not doing great in that respect. Hang on, this says I can hit something. Is it? Oh, it's just a cinder pile. So what do we want as a follow-up? Okay, I like it that it is 2 into 2, so that is nice, actually. We can go with Taria Arsenal, maybe. Just over here, keep it safe as possible. I guess we grow a cinder like here. Deadeye's use... Yeah, unless we're shooting a random crate, we don't need to shoot Astra here. So let's see what happens. So obviously taking a bunch of damage onto Maximus is going to be awkward. I feel like we need to turn onto the captain fairly quickly, because we've got just lots of damage on the battlefield, but it's whether we can actually deal the damage quick enough. Obviously Deadeye should be dead here, and we can't refresh ourselves, so we can deal 4 damage to Broken Vengeance, but not enough to get there. So maybe 4 to the captain. I'm not sure. Like, I obviously am just assuming that Deadeye dies here, because this has got an accuracy boost anyway. We're going to have 3 next turn, which puts us on either Aria or Rickety. Okay, what's this going to be? Oh, so it's just a second attack with Broken Vengeance, yeah, and then the guaranteed kill on Deadeye, I assume. Yep, that's fine. Okay, now what? Well, the question is what's coming out next, basically. That's the scary part. We can potentially get 8 damage out of this, so... Do you know what? With Antios not having that big of a range, maybe we can even just launch ourselves into whatever this is. Yeah, I mean, we can I mean, okay, I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure we can just kill Maximus here, potentially. So what if we go to, like, here? Or we could even just... We can move to here, so we can actually just deploy onto that. So if we... Okay, so we seize initiative here. We're going to deploy our... Let's just put Aria down to steal that. We will rapid fire this. Then we'll move over here. We'll take a random attack just at this or whatever. Then we will into the breach. Seize initiative on ourselves. Move up here to just clear out this. Honestly, I think Maximus just has to take pot shots and hide. Oh, I didn't realise that was in the way. We're going to die there. So I guess we grow a Cinder back here. No more leadership. But we put a good offensive presence out there. We stayed out of range of everything pretty much. We can still die to a couple of things. I'm kind of worried about how we deal with Broken Vengeance. I know we can deal 4 with Astra if we need to, but this is fine. We're expecting this to happen. The general idea is, can we get 12 damage out of Aria onto their Astra? You know, where can they move to? How strong? Oh, of course. Then we can activate and pump again, so they can just use that to one shot. I forgot about the double activation. See, this is where people who know what they're doing have quite the drastic advantage. Because I do not know what I'm doing. So we can kill this if we get the hit with Astra. Oh no, they didn't have the pump again. They can get the guaranteed hit here though. That works. And then just move to wherever they want to. Okay, so happy to be losing. Glad that a better player who understands the meta is doing well. I'd be pretty upset if they started winning here. What they should be trying to do with here, I think, is trying to block off my way of reactivating Astra. Because otherwise I can just kill Antios here without too much of an issue. Okay, hit and run's there. Something around here would be great, like blocking that maybe, or... Yeah, what have they got? Okay, if that moves back again, then that's interesting. Okay, so what if we go to, say... So 37 there, so we can actually... If we just deploy onto that... So I'm going to put shrapnel down here to get the cinder. I'm going to stillness here. Shoot Antios. I'm going to move to wherever the best angle we can get is. Okay, so there isn't a good angle here, which is awkward. So maybe we just take the 38% here, which is not great. So there isn't a better angle to... I mean, that's only minus 50, and Aria can move into there. So let's just take this. It's 50-50-ish. It's not. We didn't quite make it. So we'll move here into the breach. Pop up, back, come out here. Stillness, get our attack in. And honestly, I think we just want to move block something with our Cinder Sphere. So maybe pop this like out there and just make it a little more difficult, I guess. Not going well. Not going well at all, but this is fine. I'm okay with this. So obviously hit and run is going to just... Oh my god, oh, shrapnel's going to get melted by this, actually. Okay, shrapnel's nowhere near as tough as she used to be, so that's fine. I feel better about this now. I always thought shrapnel's great, but this is going to... That one less health and armor being less effective is going to chew through us extremely rapidly. It wasn't quite far enough off to block everything. I would just be killing shrapnel here, personally, but... Again, I don't know when the right point to turn is. So they can attack here, refresh, attack again. This can't now attack, though. So they're setting things up, but I'm not sure if that's quite what... Oh, no, yeah, because that can hit and then kill me and then move back over here and refresh it. But then they can't move into range, potentially? Yeah, they can't get onto anything. So we're going to have to just kill other things. We're going to start losing the damage race, and we're going to start losing the points race soon as well. Especially if they have good follow-up.
Did I trigger something?
Yeah, I think we're in trouble. We don't have anything that comes in to deal with this particularly quickly. We're going to get melted, basically. So we've got 6, 7, 8 damage. A Scattervine is going to ruin our day. Please just make another one in time. Make another one in time. Oh, it's sad that there wasn't an additional one made.
No more happy hours.
So the question is, can we get into base contact here? I think we can. So we'll just move here and do this. We'll into the breach. Pop this back over. We're going to be just short of that regardless, so we might as well just be a good distance anyway. Hope for the 80%. No miss. Okay, we've got it. We will pop some Cinder down over here to try and block things a little bit. Because we can't do anything apart from just block stuff now, basically. We need to try and find ways to live up here, which is going to be pretty difficult because everything here is absurd. So maybe it's just... It might even just be Broken Vengeance to stop them scoring this, and Broken Vengeance attacks back fairly well. And then we've still got 3 leadership, so Snarling's pretty good into them. So if we play it somewhere, we don't have anywhere particularly safe is the problem. So I feel like Snarling just goes over by Aria just to make life awkward. Try and get as little as possible. I don't think we're winning this game. I think we've lost this without a doubt. The fact that we can't deal with Tlali Tlali hit and run, which is an awesome hit and run by the way. It feels kind of Necrom to me if you played 40k. At least we get an attack back. Could have been worse. But if they move say to like here and then jump over refresh, it's absolutely doable. I'd say try and move so your like base is just about there. And if they've got enough leadership, yeah, sorry Cinder, yeah, they absolutely can do this. Okay, that's not the position I'd go for, but you can also do it to this, which is I suppose almost the equivalent damage. It does seem like they're going to have... It's not too difficult to trigger. Oh, they're going to just double up on Tlali. Okay. It does mean they won't get the attack out of Tlali, but they will get the activation onto this, which will deal 12 damage. Okay, we're not too upset about this. This is scary, but... Okay, no, them going for Snarling makes sense. If they don't kill... Oh, they're just going to go for the damage, yeah. So Snarling can slow this lot down, but we can't kill it.
Did I trigger something?
I think we've lost this. I think I can safely say we've lost this. We can slow 2 things down per turn, but that's about it. So I don't think there's any way we can deal with this. I think we have been significantly outvalued here. So let's see what we can do, though. Obviously, this is our first line here. Is just move up to that point. We're going to move into here. Into the breach. Get Snarly up and just poke that. I guess we just poke here for the sake of it. We're going to start getting just burnt down super fast. So kind of want to just, again, block things where we can. Deploy a couple of units. Can we get a Rickety anywhere safe? I'm going to go with no. But let's see if we can get... Let's see if we can get lucky. If Rickety survives, it's our only option here. So they can deal 4 damage to Broken Vengeance. These are both snared in place, so we've got at least a chance on that front. We are way behind on points as well, so we're going to need to start turning fast. They can potentially deal 6, 12 to us with this. So 16... Yeah, we're still going to be slightly short of being dead, but there is a world in which they can deal with everything we have, which is pretty terrifying. I don't know how. Like, short of clearing everything out, we've only got 4 units left and they've got 6. So, ooh, that miss is nice for us. We do kind of need to get over here. Yep. This is going to be able to move over, give rapid fire here, attack for 11. But this does put a nice line up for Rickety, if that's how this goes. Oh, they've got rapid. They can kill Rickety. Of course they can. Of course they can kill Rickety. Yep. I was going to say if Rickety lives we have a chance, but obviously no chance there at all. So we don't have anything to offer in this situation. We can potentially run away and try and snare things, basically. Which is pretty much our entire choice. That can't hit anyway. So the good news is this might be able to kill here. But we want to be able to get to like here first. And shoot here for the not quite guaranteed but nearly guaranteed hit. We'll come over here and take that shot. We'll into the breach. Take that. Run back here. I guess we play Vital and Crosshair. Like Crosshair can go back here. How much damage can we take? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. So I guess I'm just going to pop Vital back here and just move over as far away as we can. Pop some Cinder down to try and block things. I'm well aware we're going to lose the points, but I'm very rusty in Moonbreaker at the moment. And all I can really do is try and just whittle them down. And this, I think, is my best option of doing so. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them just nuke our captain here and take us down over 2 turns. It's what I'd do in this situation. If they can kill Snareling consistently, that's probably the better play overall. But I think, personally, they've got more than enough damage to just end us, really. We're not as worried about these two temporarily. Yeah, 49% on that is probably what I'd take, because this 3 damage doesn't really matter, but killing Snareling unlocks 1,000,000. This feels very different, by the way. Very, very different, and I'm much more here for this. I feel like I should be playing bigger units, which is nice. I didn't feel like that previously. I felt like they were attacks more than a sort of a win con. I feel like there's really good synergy in our opponent's list. There's some really strong units. Like the aggressive play is obviously taking precedent. They're absolutely going to be able to control the board and kill us, but that is absolutely fine. Yes, go ahead. Oh, they got the shot there. They didn't have extra accuracy, but it was a pretty good shot, to be fair. And now the question is, can we do anything? I think the answer is probably no. I mean, we can technically kill Taria, I guess. But that's not really what we want to be doing. Yeah, there's nothing to do here, really. Like, for instance, all we can really do is, like, move here. Move Snareling up to there. Shoot that. Into the breach. Shoot it again. Move back. Use Vital to steal that. And just grow a Cinder somewhere. There's nothing left. We have no resources whatsoever. 2 units to 4. One of ours is basically dead. Like, these two will be able to kill this without any doubt. And then the fact that this can potentially get in range is going to just nuke both of them. We're out of this game completely. So Funyarimpa has safely picked us apart, which, again, happy to see it. They are a better player than I am, and this is a format I have not quite sure how anything is going to work. Loads more to figure out, loads more fun to be had, so really, really grateful just to get a game. This is my first Moonbreaker game, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks, because there was quite a long period where I was still making content, but I couldn't actually get a PvP game. So it's been, yeah, probably 2 or 3 weeks since I last got an actual human to play against. I've never played with this style of game, and honestly, I'm just glad to be back. You know, hopefully going to do this a couple of times a week, I think, to begin with, so that I don't end up getting burnt out or anything. But for now, I think it's safe to call this a day. I'm going to let Funyarimpa just finish us off. I'll be a mild inconvenience for as long as I can. Just to go like things like this. And I think they're going to win in no matter what I do. There is nothing that can save this situation. Like, maybe if they move too close, I'd jump back, shoot, jump back, and save a point. But either way, they can just move this here, sit there for the whole game, and I'll never win. So 8 points here, and if they can get in range, yeah, they can get in range of this, which is perfect. So they can deal another 8, and then deal another 3. There we go, and then Broken Vengeance just needs to pop round here. Give me a little love tap. This can just run away. And Broken Vengeance finishes me off. Oh no, Amplified Vital, of course, exact seeds. So, well played, Funya Rimper. Great game. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it too. If you have, let me know in the comments what you've been working with. So this whole brand new format, I would love to know what the options are as to, what you think is going to be good, what you think is the strongest units, combos you want to see, anything that you would want to see in the on the channel, let me know, and I'd love to try and put a few things together for it. Funny input, great opponent, glad to be playing you again. But for now, if you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, comment, join the Patreon in the description, anything you want to do. But most importantly is thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.